Hey, Miss Marion here. We're going to talk about negative exponents, and also we're going to go over a review for today. We are not doing the starters for today because it's Friday. So don't worry about getting out a piece of paper for that, but also get out a piece of paper so you can go ahead and write down some notes. This is going to be different than your workbook. So get out a piece of paper and let's go. So the I can't statements that we're going to go over is I can use exponent rules with negative exponents. I know what it means if 10 is raised to a negative power, and I can use the exponent rules for bases other than 10. So as a review, we talked about this. Anything raised to the 0 power is 1. So a to the 0 power, it's 1. B to the 0 power is 1. 2 to the 0 power is 1. 10 to the 0 power is 1. 276 to the 0 power is 1. So we're going to keep this in mind while we're going to go ahead and do some examples. So here's an example. Go ahead and write this down. And then will you go ahead and answer it and then come back to me. So this answer is just 1. And the reason why is because all of this that's inside the parentheses, all of it is being raised to the 0 power. And anything raised to the 0 power is 1. Here is example number 2. Go ahead and write this down, answer the question, and then come back to me. So remember, anything to the 0 power is 1. So s to the 0 power is 1. So what do I really have now? I have t to the third times 1 over t. Anything multiplied by 1 is itself. So really I have t to the third on the top over t. Remember, t to the third is t times t times t over t. And remember that if I have t divided by t, I can cross them out. So now I just have t times t on the top, and we're going to write this as a single exponent. This will be t to the second. If you remember about the division, and as far as the rule that goes with division, you can also do that also. But remember, on the bottom, there's only one t that is down there. Here's example number 3. Go ahead and write this down, answer the question, and then come back to me. So again, anything raised to the 0 power is 1. So now I have y divided by y squared. So on the bottom, I have 2 y's because we're going to simplify this as small as possible. I do have a y on the top and a y on the bottom. I can cross those out. And to leave a placeholder and say that the y is on the bottom, I'm going to have it as 1 over y. So remember, the y divided by y is actually a 1. That's kind of where this top 1 comes from. And then that y is actually on the bottom part of the fraction. So our answer is 1 over y. So let's talk about negative exponents. Negative exponents, they are actually known as fractions. So it's kind of like this here. We always want to go ahead and write exponents as a positive exponent. So here, right now, this person is actually unhappy on the bottom part of the fraction. So to make it happy, and this is actually a definition, we can actually move it to the top part of the fraction and then change it so that it's a positive exponent. So it's kind of like when I first got married, I lived in Layton, and I had to drive back and forth 4 to 5 minutes, and I decided to go ahead and move to Sandy. So I moved my house up to Sandy, and now I'm a positive person. So this is actually a mathematical definition. So let's look at the top one. So if I have 5 to the negative 2, this is as a fraction. It's on the top part. Let's make it so it's a positive exponent. So I'm going to move it down on the bottom, put a 1 on the top saying, hey, this is in the bottom part of the fraction. And then again, this is a mathematical definition. So if it's on the top part of the fraction, it goes to the bottom. If it's on the bottom part of the fraction, it goes to the top if you are actually negative. So let's go ahead, and here's example number 1. Let's walk through this and answer this question. And we're going to simplify it as much as possible to have positive exponents. So notice how this is negative 2. Does negative 2 have an exponent? It does not. It's just going to leave it as negative 2. Here I have b to the negative 3. B is unhappy. So b wants to move, and it wants to go on the bottom part of the fraction. C to the second. C to the second, this is a positive 2. Is C happy where it is? Yeah, it's going to stay there. And then let's look at D to the negative 5. D to the negative 5 is not happy. We need to move its position to the top and then make it happy. So this is how we write this as positive exponents. So here is example number 2. Will you go ahead and write this down? Go ahead and answer this question and make them all positive exponents and then come back to me. All right, so let's go ahead and go through it. So we have it as, here's 2 to the negative 5. R to the negative 5. Is R happy? Nope. Let's move him down to the bottom and then make him positive. Is S to the 4th happy? Yes. It's going to stay on the top. Is T to the negative 3 happy? No. So it's going to move to the top. And then can I combine anything else together? No, I can't. So this is my answer. All right, so this has a little bit more entailed on it because we have some numbers that go along with this. So go ahead and write this down, answer this question, and then come back to me. So what we're going to do is we're going to simplify negative 3 over 21. We can put that in our calculator, and we can actually simplify it, and we're going to have it as negative 1 over 7. We can think of it as we have negative 1 times 3 on the top, 3 times 7 on the bottom. We can cross out the 3's, and then what's left over? Negative 1 over 7. Now let's go ahead and look at everything else. So is A to the negative 4 happy? Nope. We're going to put them on the bottom. Is B to the 7 happy? Yep. We're going to leave it on the top. Is A to the 2nd happy? Yes. It stays on the bottom. Is B to the 7th happy? Yeah, it stays on the bottom. Is C to the negative 5 happy? No, it's going to come to the top. Now, let's either cross things out or combine things together. Notice how we have B to the 7th over B to the 7th. These are exactly the same things on the top and bottom. I'm going to cross them out. Notice how I have A to the 4th times A to the 2nd. I'm going to combine those together, and I'm going to make it so that it's one exponent. So negative 1 and 7 stays where they are. A to the 4th times A to the 2nd is A to the 6th. And then C to the 5th stays the same on the top. This is our final answer as far as combining all these together. So remember today, as far as negative exponents, if we want to go ahead and change it so it's a positive exponent, it's going to go on the other side of the fraction. So if it's a whole number, we're going to put it over 1. We can flip it back and forth. If it's on the bottom part of the fraction, it's going to come to the top. But as far as negative exponents, to make them positive, we have to change where they actually sit itself. So these are the things that we're actually doing for today, and we're understanding where those are. We do have 2 practice problems. We are doing practice problems for lesson 5 and practice problems for lesson 6. If you have any questions, please go ahead and email me. I'll answer any questions that you need to, but we do have 5 and 6 are due today as far as the homework. Have a good day. Thanks. Bye.